The big leap in Omicron cases we've been warned about has arrived. There are 446 new community cases today. That's 140 more than yesterday. Most of them, again, are in Auckland, 340, which continues to be the epicentre of the outbreak. Yesterday, we reported the first case for the Southern District Health Board. Today, that number has grown to 3. And Northland has become the last health board to pass the 90% target for first doses. 87% of its eligible population, however, has had a second dose. Health correspondent Lucy Warhurst reports.
Dunedin is one of the few corners of the country, and indeed the world, to have largely escaped COVID.
It was inevitable in the current Omicron environment that our run of luck would run out. This is the first positive case we've had here in Dunedin since May of 2020.
The case is currently isolating in Dunedin, but they travelled to Wanaka and Cromwell while infectious. Anyone with a scratchy throat or runny nose is urged to get a test, and they did.
Testing has certainly increased. We've had 75 in the first 2 hours, which is a lot greater than what we've usually had in a week.
And the Mayor had another request: to support businesses if you can.
We're not in lockdown, so businesses are still open.
It follows 2 cases confirmed in Queenstown yesterday. The growing number of locations of interest, an indicator of a likely growing number of infections. There were 446 new cases across the country today. Modeller Dion O'Neill says we're playing catch-up after slow testing numbers during the long weekend.
We're clearing a backlog of the people who didn't get tested over Waitangi weekend, and so those tests take a while to come through, and so we're going to see an extra little bump probably on account of that.
He says next week we're likely to hit our first 1,000 daily cases.
It's expected. We shouldn't be alarmed about it. We should be worried that numbers are going up, because that's a signal that we need to change our behaviour if we want them to not go up faster.
The South now getting used to the presence of Omicron like the rest of the country.
Well, kia ora, Lucy. What happens when we get to 1,000 cases a day?
Well, Sam, the government has said that we will move to phase 2 of the Omicron response when we get to 1,000 daily cases. That's things like reduced isolation periods and text notifications for positive cases. What we don't know is how quickly that will come into effect, whether we'll need to average at 1,000 cases a day for a few days first. Now, the other thing that the government will be keeping a close eye on is hospitalisations. And that jump in cases today has been matched with a jump in hospitalisations. We saw 12 people in hospital yesterday. That's now 23 today.
Lucy, thanks for the update.